Breastfeeding is better than formula feeding babies under the age of 1 because breastfed babies have fewer infections and hospitalizations. It is more cost effective than formula. It provides all of the nutrients that the baby needs. It is more convenient than formula feedings. And on top of all of that, breastfed babies are typically have higher IQs and are smarter than formula fed babies. So breastfeeding is incredibly beneficial to babies' health. Breastfed babies get fewer infections because antibodies pass from the mother to the baby that strengthen the baby's immune system, which results in fewer infections such as ear infections, diarrhea, respiratory infections, and meningitis. This is called passive immunity, the antibodies from the mother to the baby. Um, On top of breastfed babies having fewer infections, breastfed babies also typically have lower rates of diabetes and obesity and even certain types of cancer. Breast milk is easily digested by babies because breast milk is composed of lactose, protein, and fat, and those compounds are very easily digested by babies. Breastfed babies, babies in general are very gassy and they don't digest things very well. So breastfed babies have an easier time with the digestion than formula-fed babies because breast milk is easier to digest and because it's a naturally occurring compound. Mothers make the milk and in formula it is manufactured. Breast milk is more cost effective. Breast milk is free. It is naturally occurring. There is no additional cost unless moms want to pump or store their milk, and a lot of times insurance companies will help cover some of that cost. Formula costs more than $1,000 per year, plus on top of that, breastfed babies get sick less. So there are fewer co-pays, fewer prescription costs, fewer hospitalization bills with breastfed babies rather than with formula feedings. So this is one that people don't tend to realize, but breastfed babies get exposed to different tastes. Mother's nutrition gets absorbed into the breast milk, and therefore babies get to try different foods rather than using the same brand of formula for the first year. So breastfed babies are typically less picky. And like I said before, this is an amazing thing. Breastfed babies are typically smarter and have slightly higher IQs than formula-fed babies. Breastfeeding is also very good for the moms as well. It's very convenient. Breast milk is always fresh and available, and mothers rarely produce less than what their babies need. And there is no need to warm up bottles in the middle of night or wash nipples or bottles and sterilize them, and that is a very, very big convenience factor. Also, breastfeeding is good for bonding. It's called skin to skin, and that promotes bonding with the baby, and it enhances the emotional connection between the mother and infant. So, breastfeeding also helps moms in other ways. Being able to nourish babies makes the mom feel more confident in her ability to care for the baby. A lot of new moms are scared of their babies and they feel like they might hurt them. So being able to provide for the baby and by nourishment is an incredible way to build confidence in moms. Breastfeeding burns calories and it shrinks the uterus by releasing oxytocin. I think that's the other way around. It releases oxytocin, which helps to shrink the uterus. But it also helps moms to return to pre-pregnancy weight. And that is a big deal for some moms because they feel, they've just had a baby, but they are still just as big as before. And that can help return them back to their pre-pregnancy weight. Studies show that breastfeeding reduces the risk of breast cancer, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease in women as well. Going back to helping to burn calories, breastfeeding moms need an additional 500 calories per day in order to properly provide the nutrients for their babies. So to conclude, breastfeeding is a lot better than bottle feeding because it is beneficial for both mom and baby. Babies result in fewer infections. They have an easier time digesting their food, especially in the first couple months where babies' digestive systems aren't up to what they would be later in life. Breast milk is more cost effective. Babies get exposed to different tastes while breastfeeding. They are smarter babies. And it's good for the moms as well through convenience, through skin to skin, and building confidence, burning more calories, and reducing the risks of breast cancer, hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease.